A lot has been said about who Glenn is and who Glenn was, but from your perspective as his wife, who was Glenn Foster?
Call Glenn my big teddy bear. He was a gentle giant, you could say. Big, protective, but so likable. You know, he was not a threatening person. He was very charming. I'm sure you've heard that word before, but that's how he's always been. Why's your hand not flat?
Whoa. Check that out.
Ooh, can we make it blue?
You want to make it blue?
Mm-hmm.
Let's see if I can make it blue for you. There you go. It's blue.
I've heard a lot about the gentle giant, and you can see from the family photos just how the kids were just so attached to him. Mm-hmm. How are they doing right now? I know you guys just went through the holiday season.
We cry every day. You know, they'll play 1 second and with or without friends, and then they'll run to me, you know, saying they miss their daddy. He was a fun parent between the both of us. I would always sit back and watch. So holidays were very hard because I'm sure you've heard, you know, Glenn, when he was in a room, you could tell. So him not being here, you can tell.
Where does everything stand at this moment with the information that you know, trying to get more answers?
We don't have any more answers.
And how does that make you feel?
Stuck. You know, it's hard to grieve. It's hard to explain to your children when they're asking you, what happened to daddy? You know, and why would someone want to kill daddy? Because I don't know. That's all I can tell them, I don't know.
And your children have had this conversation with you?
Now the family of former Saints player Glenn Foster Jr. knows how their son may have died.
An independent autopsy shows there is evidence Foster was strangled to death. JD Carrere got more information.
When the independent autopsy results came out and we are left with more questions than answers, how did that impact you in that moment to find out what the independent autopsy revealed?
It answered what we were already suspecting, but it did not make me feel any better. I was angry, and I felt helpless because it's one thing to die from natural causes, but it's another thing for you to be deprived of life. And so, as I said, I was expecting it because Glenn was a healthy 31-year-old person. You know, he went to the gym almost daily, was very adamant about eating healthy foods. You know, he watched what he put in his body, so it never made sense.
There's been a lot, speaking of health, being made about the state of Glenn's mental health, both prior to him leaving and within the moments of when all of this happened. Can you speak to the state of your husband's mental health as you knew him intimately?
I mean, he definitely was acting different than his normal self, which is why we were trying to get him treatment. People there in charge, you know, they share some things which, you know, raise some questions for them. You know, he was a healthy guy, no record, business owner, so they thought his behavior was a bit odd too. And so we thought we were all on the same page, you know, get him evaluated, get him treatment, and go from there. That was the plan.
Glenn will never be forgotten, and thank you everybody for showing up today. I love you, Glenn. Never gonna forget you. And I don't know, man. I'll see you. In
his passing, so many people have come out to say so many amazing things. What does that say to you about your husband and who he was and the impact that he made on people?
I always saw him a little different because I'm used to seeing him. So to me, he was my husband, you know, the one that would help me with the kids, the one that helped me do chores, take out the trash. But other people did see him differently. You know, to some he was a celebrity, to some he was inspirational. So he wore many hats, and the support and love that I've gotten from even strangers that take the time to write or reach out and send cards and flowers has really been very touching.
I can do anything. I can achieve my wildest dreams. You can achieve all of your dreams. All you have to do is believe.
The way the city of New Orleans has embraced your family and Glenn and everything, how much does that at least give you a sense of peace that he's made an impact on this community and people know that and will always know that?
Yes, and it gives me comfort, makes me want to stay here. You know, sometimes things happen and you want to run away, but I can feel the love. I can still see that, you know, his intent was for everybody to do their best, whatever that was, you know, and follow their dreams. And people are still doing that. They have not forgotten that. And after his passing, a lot of them have promised to continue that and keep that advice and live through that advice. And so I know that he's still making an impact.